Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the Colorado Avalanche versus Anaheim Ducks game. But before we get into the game, we get news that Gavin Brindley signed a 2-year deal with the Avalanche. He really had to earn his spot on this roster, and it pays off with a contract. I can't wait to see what he's going to bring to this team. Tonight we have the top two teams in the league facing off. It's also the two highest scoring teams. And on top of all that, you have the two leading scorers facing off with McKinnon versus Carlson. In net for Anaheim, it's Stahl, and for Colorado, it's Scott Wedgwood. 30 seconds in, there's a turnover by the Ducks, and it leads to the game's first goal. Lecky tips a puck wide, McKinnon goes and gets it in the corner, feeds it back to Lehkonen, and this time he beats Stahl. A few minutes after that, Parker Kelly gets a few chances, but just can't get a goal. With 12.5 minutes left in the first period, Lehkonen's stick gets caught up in Carlson's hands, and he goes off for hooking. Parker Kelly is having himself a great game. On this PK, he gives his stick up to Brent Burns, he then blocks a shot, goes and gets a new stick, and continues play until the Avs clear the zone, which then he finally goes off for a change. The Avs second unit finishes off the PK and we continue on. 8.5 minutes left in the first period, and Moore gets his stick caught in Nelson's feet. This sent the Avs to the power play. There's a bunch of great passing and a couple dangerous chances, but nothing goes. With 3 minutes left in the first, Drury and Zellweger both go off for roughing. That means we have 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. During this 4-on-4, Carlson is all alone in front of the net, and Jacob Trouba finds him, and he buries it. The Avs played a great 15 minutes of that first period, but the last 5 seemed like it was all Anaheim. We head into the second period tied at 1. About 4 minutes into the second period, the Anaheim Ducks get a 2-on-1. Thankfully, Wedgwood makes a huge save on Troy Terry to keep this game tied. A couple minutes after Wedgwood made that huge save, Lacombe takes a run at him and he gets hurt. On replay, it looks like he might have just got the wind knocked out of him, but that was a scary few minutes there. Thankfully, Wedgwood stays in the game, but the Avs cannot make the Ducks pay for running their goalie. And with about 8.5 minutes left in the second period, I think Landy's puck luck finally turned around. Malinsky throws a shot on net, but his stick blows up in his hand. Nichushkin also takes a swipe of this puck, but it ends up on Landeskog's stick, and Landy puts it post and in for his first goal of the season, and first regular season goal in 3 years. Oh, and the most important part, there was no offside challenge, so the goal stands. Unfortunately, I don't have a Landeskog jersey, so I brought out the Landeskog jersey. Avs enter the third period with a lead 2-1. About 5 minutes into the third period, the Avs have an extended possession in the Ducks zone, and when the Ducks finally get possession of the puck, they send it out of the rink for a delayed game penalty. Now would be a great time for the power play to strike and try to put this game out of reach. And they do just that as McKinnon sends a shot on goal, it tips off Lehkonen's stick, and Nietzsche taps it home. Right after the Avs scored that power play goal, Trouba slashes Kelly's stick out of his hand, and the Avs get another power play. Unfortunately, the Avs couldn't add to the lead this time. About 8 minutes left in the third period, Nietzsche gets a double minor for high sticking, but after review, it was deemed that the high stick was a follow-through, therefore it was no penalty. Unfortunately, during the scrum, Nietzsche grabs someone's face shield, and he gets 2 minutes for roughing. Thankfully, the Avs don't really let the Ducks generate anything on that power play, and they kill it off pretty easily. With 3.5 minutes left, the Ducks pull their goalie to give them a 6-on-5 advantage. Nelson gets the puck, and he stops pulling 3 Ducks to him. He then chips the puck down to McKinnon into the corner, and McKinnon finds Kelly on the back door, and he puts it into the empty net. And after a great game that Parker Kelly had, I'm glad he finally got a goal tonight, even if it is just an empty net goal. This might have been the league's 2 best teams, but Colorado proved there's just a difference between them. I don't even think Colorado played their best game, and they still came out on top 4-1. The Avs' next game is Thursday at home, and I don't know, I think it's supposed to be some special night or something,